Morning everybody, it's Chad from Sticks Blog. This morning I just want to take a few minutes and talk about the Ruta Locura carbon fiber lid. This is something I picked up about a year and a half, 2 years ago, about the time I started using my Light Trail cook kit. I picked it up, and over the course of the last couple of years it's been in a number of, it's been mentioned or viewed in a number of blog write-ups or videos that I've put out. And due to that, there's been a couple of people that's kind of asked me here and there just random questions about the lid. So I figured I'd take the time this morning to just kind of talk a little bit about it and just tell you about the lid. First off, this lid is offered from, like I said, Ruta Locura. This is made out of carbon fiber. As far as the lid itself, it weighs 7.29 grams or 0.257 ounces. As far as dimensions, let me just say first that this is a number 2 lid. He has 4 different lids on his site, and each one fits a random set of cook pots, depending on the dimensions of the cook pot. This one is the number 2, and I think this one probably lists more cook pots that it'll fit than any of the other ones do. Real quick, I just want to show you. Like I said, this is my 550 milliliter Light Trail cook pot. And as you can see, it fits on there excellent. I don't know if you can hear that. It does fit just a little bit loose, but I like that. It's not hard to get off. As you can see, it'll fall right off. Stand upside down. But what it means is it's heavy enough to hold itself down whenever there's water and stuff boiling up inside the cook pot. And then when I want to go and take it off, it's very simple to just grab it and take it off. And the way this lid works is, if you can tell, it's kind of recessed. It's not just a flat lid, it's kind of recessed so that this bottom lip will actually fit inside the cook pot, and that's what keeps it from moving side to side. Okay? And then the way that this lid is designed to be removed is he has built an oversized edge or rim, whatever you want to call it. So, I don't know if that's picking up, but you can see it actually sticks out over the edges of the cook pot. So that means it's really easy to just grab it without even touching the cook pot. Grab it, pull it right off. Real simple to use, and it just works. And like I said, that's the fit on my Light Trail 550 milliliter cook pot. Just to show you some other cook pots, this is a Backcountry 700 milliliter titanium cook pot. It also came with the same type of lid as the Light Trail one did. Now this one, you hear, it doesn't rattle. Also, it doesn't fall off. However, it's still quite easy to pull it off. It just has a little bit more of a snug fit, but still comes off. You can see even the weight of just the cook pot by itself is enough to weigh the cook pot down when I'm, pulling it off. So if there's any water whatsoever in there, that's going to come off real well. But it's also going to stay in place really well. But anyway, that's the Backcountry 700 milliliter titanium cook pot. They don't make these anymore. Last I saw, I haven't checked in a few months, Stoic was making them. Same pot, just rebranded Stoic instead of Backcountry. And then this is the Jetboil Soul TI. Now, you hear it's kind of loose too, kind of like on the Light Trail, and it'll also fall off. But again, it fits in there really nice. It's not going to slide off or anything like that. Kind of get a top view there, and it's just real easy to remove. Again, it's heavy enough. It's not light like aluminum foil, so it's heavy enough that it's actually going to weigh itself down. And unless you filled the cook pot up all the way to the very top and you're boiling water, then, of course, some of the water may kind of push it up, but I seriously doubt it's going to push it up to the point that it knocks the lid off. So it's just a real nice lid, in my opinion. It's lightweight, which, like I said, is what I was after, and it's also more durable than using something like just aluminum foil. I just want to give you some rough measurements that I took of the lid, because I figure people's going to be asking me, well, what do you think? Do you think it'll fit this pot? Do you think it'll fit that pot? Like I said, you can go to the Ruta Locura website, go to products, and then carbon fiber lids, and like I said, he's got numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, this is a number 2 lid. I will say that at this very moment, I just checked before I started making this video, and he does have the number 2 lids out of stock. So if you are interested in it, you can always get in contact with him, and I'm sure he'll let you know as soon as he gets more back in stock. But like I said, if you have specific cook pot that you're wondering about, let me just go ahead and tell you. The inner diameter, and what I mean by inner diameter is, like I said, that thing is recessed. So the part that will actually sit down inside the cook pot, I measured it at 3 5/8 of an inch from this side to this side. So if the inside of your cook pot is at least 3 5/8 inches, this will fit down inside it, so it fits it like it should. As far as the outer diameter, but what I mean by that is from the top edges. So like I said, this thing is built with an oversized rim, which is how he intends on you to remove it. He doesn't intend on you to put any kind of tab there to pick it up, which, you know, it's your lid, you can do what you want. But from the outside edge to the outside edge, I got roughly 4 1/4 inch. So as long as your cook pot is between 4 1/4 inch and 3 5/8 inches, the number 2 lid should work. Also, for those of you that might be interested, the recess part is about 3/16 of an inch deep. So there's about 3/16 of an inch inside the cook pot from the very top of the lip of your cook pot. Now I want to say that these are not super cheap, but in my opinion, it's well worth the money. I paid $18 for the lid, and shipping just went and checked to $3.60. So for this lid, right now it costs $21.60. I can't tell you if that's what I paid for it when I bought it, because like I said, it's been some time ago. I feel like it was probably the same amount, which for those of you interested, I'm not being paid to talk about this lid. I don't get anything from it. I bought this thing on my own, paid for it with my own money, all that good, you know, stuff. But anyway, it's the Ruta Locura carbon fiber lid. And like I said, these are just 3 of the cook pots that it will fit: the Jet Boil Soil TI or the aluminum, a 700 milliliter Backcountry or a Stoic, as long as the Stoics are still the same, and of course the 550 milliliter Light Trail cook pot. Like I said, there's a number of other ones that the number 2 will fit. Seems like it's one of the most has the biggest variety of cook pots that it will actually fit over. Now I really quickly want to mention 2 things. Some people has asked me questions about, is it safe to use carbon fiber? Because carbon fiber is basically a bunch of fibers, and it's pressed together and it's held together with resin, which is, you know, a glue or whatever you want to call it. It's resin is what it's called. So some people have asked me, is it safe to heat up that resin directly over my water or my food or whatever it is that I'm using? This is going to be one of those things that you're going to have to answer for yourself, kind of like, do you mind cooking in a Ziploc bag? I personally don't. I personally have no issues with using this, so that's just my thing, but I wanted to mention it because other people have mentioned it before. You'll just have to do your own research. I have not had any issues. I have not had any weird taste in water. I have not had anything floating around in my water. I haven't noticed anything about the lid that makes it look like it's been damaged or melted or anything like that. Whenever I boil water, of course, water collects on the underside of the lid, wipes right off, super easy, no issues. I'm happy with it personally. Like I said, that's a decision you have to decide for yourself, and I can't make that decision for you. Another thing people's asked me is, does fire damage it, because it does have the oversized lip? In my experience, no fire has damaged it whatsoever. Like I said, with the let me say real quick too, though, I make a good effort to match up my stoves with my cook pots, so that I have the least amount of flames licking up the sides of the cook pots. I want as much of the flame to stay underneath the cook pot as possible. So whenever I put stove or cook kits together, I test them at home and find out which stoves work better with which pots. That does a number of things. First off, in my opinion, it helps with the fuel efficiency, because if you've got all these flames coming up, the stove is burning too hot, it's burning too fast, probably because there's too much air coming into it, and of course you're losing all that heat that comes up. Now some people will say that that's not true. The flames that's coming up still providing heat. In my opinion, let me just say that I don't like it. For me, I prefer most of my flame to stay underneath the stove. So that's one thing. I don't have to worry about flames coming up really and licking the sides constantly. Now on occasion, if a wind comes through and blows, now sometimes a flame may come up, but so far that's not been an issue for me whatsoever. My light trail cook kit, I use Esbit with it. Had no problems. The flame stays under the cook pot. Not an issue whatsoever. With this backcountry cook pot, I've been using the Starlight stove with a do-it-yourself windscreen, and I just put some pot supports in there, put it in there like so, and the Starlight stove fits under it. And I've got everything set up so that I get very minimal amount of flames rising up the sides. Actually none unless a wind does come along. So again, I don't have to worry about it there. And then of course with the jet boil, there's no issues there because all the flame stays underneath it. So that's kind of my rough take on flame damage. Now if I was to throw this in a fire, I'm sure that there would be some ill effects to it. I don't know. All I know is just, you know, I try to be responsible in the way that I choose how my entire kits go together. So so everything works together. Everything lasts like it should be. I have minimal amount of damage on it. I don't want to go out there and try and destroy something that I paid my hard-earned money for just to see if it'll be destroyed. So, just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, guys, if you have any more comments or questions, just feel free to post them below, and I'll do my best to answer any of the comments or questions you have and reply to any of the comments. And guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope this helps some of you out some. See you next time. Later.